Good morning, grade 7. Welcome to my English class. Before we start with our discussion for the day, let me remind you of some of our school rules. Number 1, make sure you are following the school dress code before signing on. Number 2, find a quiet place where you will be able to concentrate. 3, when you enter the meeting, mute yourself. 4, when you have a question, type in the text box and wait for your teacher to call on you. 5th or 5, if you have something to add to what is being said, but it's not your turn, use the chat feature. Number 6, wait for the teacher to call on you to unmute yourself. Only one student should talk at a time. Number 7, stay on topic when chatting. Number 8, use school appropriate language. And number 9, pay attention to your teacher or to other students who are speaking. Look into the camera. And number 10, respect our virtual classroom just as you would respect our school classroom. For our first activity, you have to guess the word based on the picture that you are going to be seen on the screen. Okay, the first picture is, what do you think it is? Okay, it is what? It is. Okay, the first answer is paper. I hope you I hope you got it. And the second picture, can you tell what is the second picture? Okay, the answer is pen. And how about the third picture? Can you tell? Okay, it's about writing. I ask you to do this activity simply because it has something to do with our discussion for today. In school, you are required by your teacher to write so many writings. In English, for example, in English class, you are being asked by your teacher to write an essay. The same with Filipino class. So every time you usually go to school, you have something to write. And when your teacher asks you to write an essay, you ask this question to yourself. What will be the topic of my essay? Or what source will be relevant to my topic? And how will I develop and organize my essay? So by the end of this lesson, you will be able to answer these questions. So what is academic writing? Do you have any idea what is academic writing? So academic writing is often used in school to complete a writing task for a specific subject. In the higher levels, it is used as a requirement for a track or a course. Examples of academic writing. This includes essays and research papers. So what are the features of academic writing? So the first one is, we call it formal. So what do you mean by formal? It is important to be formal in writing an essay, which means Your tone should not sound casual or conversational to make your writing more formal. So, to be formal, of course, we have to avoid using colloquial, idiomatic, or slang. So example, once the research is completed, the information will be top-notch. So to make it formal, the information gathered is expected to be highly valuable for future research. Some people will find colloquial language difficult to understand, which can lead to misinterpretation. Instead, find a formal equivalent of the word or just remove it. B. Use full words instead of contractions. Can't, cannot, don't, do not, and etc. So what is contraction? A contraction is when two words are combined into one. Use it only when you are using a direct quote from someone. In general, academic writing is based on facts and evidence, and it is not affected by personal emotions. Therefore, to make your essay or research paper convincing, you must use an unbiased style of writing. To maintain an objective tone in our writing, avoid the following. 1 is personal statement and judgment. So example, I perform an experiment. To be objective, the experiment was performed. In writing a research paper or research report, for you to avoid personal pronoun like I, use the passive voice. So avoid phrases like I believe, I think, or I feel, because it may indicate bias. Second is, we should not use emotional language. It is unfortunate that many Filipinos do not have work these days. So what is the correct way? Based on the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA data, about half or 48.2% of unemployed Filipinos are from ages 18 to 24. Instead of emotional language, include facts or evidence to prove your point. Another question is, how do we compose academic writing? The structure of academic writing is similar to that of a simple paragraph, with an introduction, body, and conclusion. These three parts will be used in writing a short paragraph, an essay, or a full-length report or research paper. Your introduction is the hook, the reader using a fact, song, joke, or quotation. It is also the way to introduce the topic. And, of course, you have to state the point or purpose of the essay. Most of the time, when writing an academic writing, we are usually using graphic organizers. So what are those? We have Venn diagram to compare and to contrast. We're also using concept map, the T-charts, and the main idea web. So what is an outline? It is also a graphic organizer which helps you to identify the main ideas and highlight the important facts. When you make an outline, you can use this format. First, Roman numerals for the main topic, capital letters for subtopic, and Arabic numbers for details. So here are the example of an outline. So topic is the first main topic is causes of energy crisis. The subtopic increased use of energy, about appliances, transportation, etc. As a student, it is important that you know how to distinguish the features of academic writing from other types of writing. Keep in mind that using language that are formal and objective will present your ideas into a convincing and professional manner. Finally, using a graphic organizer like an outline will help you plan and organize your thoughts before writing. Okay, let's proceed with our activity number 2. Find the informal words and their formal equivalents below. The first one is done for you as your guide. A lot of, as in informal, to make it formal, we have to use many. Okay, for our quiz for today, before we end our discussion, decide whether each statement is true or false. Academic writing uses words which are formal and objective. True or false? Number 2, idioms and slangs are acceptable in academic writing. True or false? 3, instead of the words is not, I will use isn't as in academic writing. Okay, check your work. 4, I can use the phrase I, a piece of cake in academic writing. Number 5, the structure of academic writing consists of an introduction, body, and conclusion. Do you have any questions about our discussion for today? Okay, thank you for listening.